Hey, I'm Gerald. This is Terry. This is Shane. We're three brothers together. Today we're going to be installing some lighting. These are solar powered. They come on at dusk and go off at dawn. And they have the Edison bulb type fixture in them, as you can see. These are pretty affordable, really, for what they are. As you know, it's very difficult to get anything really high quality this day and time. So this little top reveal here is some type of aluminum composite of some type, and the underside is plastic for the attachments, and of course this bottom plate is too. Now these come with two bases, one for a 4x4 post, and you just simply mount this on top of your post, and the light, as you can see these little clips on it, the light, you just set it on it and twist it, and that's what locates your light. Now these are fairly inexpensive, I think, for what you're buying. These will range anywhere from $50 to possibly $75 a piece. If you've got a fence or a gate opening like we have here that you're going to want to light, at least decoratively, it serves two purposes. One, it's decorative on top of the post, and the other, it illuminates the gate area. So we're going to forego, we have 6x6 posts, so this little adapter here is not going to meet our needs, so we'll just trash those. So brother and I are going to start installing these, and we have 5 of them put on. So we're going to be doing that this morning, and we'll be doing other things throughout the day. We've got some more fencing and that kind of thing to do on our privacy fence. So that'll be a trip to the supply yard to pick up some more materials. But nevertheless, we'll get started this morning and show you how these go on as we proceed, okay? Okay, we're going to be using a Torx head screw. This is a stainless steel screw. I prefer them over the screws that come with such things, simply because this will hold its shape. The head's not going to rust up in a year or so after this gets some moisture to it. So it's generally the best. You can use the screws that comes with these devices, but be sure that you use a screw that's stainless or that will resist corrosion. So this little cap fits right on there snugly, and you have to have a Torx head bit that fits right in that screw, just like so. So we're just going to simply, now remember not to over torque, because that screw will pull all the way through. Okay, now the bottom of this has little holes in it with slots cut. So you put this light on and you give it a twist. So we're going to line it up here. And there you have it. So this solar device here on top is going to be out all day long today, and it'll collect all the energy it needs because we're here early. So tonight this will be working. Okay, it's taken us a while to kind of get set up, but we're fixing to dress out the top of these posts under the lights we've just got installed. What we have here is a piece of pressure treated 1x6 that's had time to dry out. You need to let this stuff set long enough to dry, because if you use it when you first get it, it's plumb full of moisture and it's going to do a lot of shrinking. So we're going to use this as a top reveal. In other words, it's going to go on this way around the post. And we've got some molding here that I made up some time ago for other purposes on this project. And you can see right there, it's got a cove and then a beveled semi-bullnose relief here in front that gives it a real nice detail. Now we're going to turn that so that this cove is down, and this is going to go under the ledge of this around each post, all around all four sides, and it will have a detail. Let me just pull this back to the end so I can show you. It's going to have a detail like that around the post. That is the profile shot. So we're going to dress this post out, and we're going to caulk it. Remember, when you're putting moldings like this around pressure treated materials on a fence, anything that's going to see any moisture, fog, damp days, just anything, you need to cut everything about a 1/16 longer than what is required, so that you get some room for expansion and contraction on that post. Because if you don't, this is not going to work well, and that's required in both pieces. So we're going to start, and we're going to go around all the posts and put this piece on first. We're going to come back and put these moldings around underneath it, caulk it, and then we'll give it a coat of paint today. So this is going to look really well. Alrighty, well, we're going to get started. Okay, I have my saw set on 45 degrees. I have pre-measured these posts, and like it's typical with all posts in an outside environment, they range from 5 5/8 in width to 5 3/4, and one of them's 5 7/8. And those three different measurements will be on every post, just about it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pre-cut all my pieces for 5 7/8, and then I will go back and refine those cuts again, so I can just have all my short pieces rather than trying to cut and measure every time. Remember, we have to leave a gap for expansion, so that's going to play into part of this as we go, so we'll have to adjust it a little bit as we go. So we're going to put this in your saw like so. Need a little dolly of some kind, so I've got something here temporary and this configuration, and I'm just going to set it there. Just going to keep it level with my table. Okay, now there's always, people use these saws and they're continually back and forth. We're going to flip this over back and forth here, and we're going to see how it goes. So we have to have 5 7/8. Now, when you're measuring this to go around the post, you have to measure from the short side of your miter. Now right here is my length from the short side of my miter, 5 7/8. That may be a mark, and that may be a mark which way my miter's supposed to go. So that's 45 degrees that way. It lets me know that. Sometimes it's easy to get confused. So I'm going to cut this one, then I'll use this for a pattern, because I'm going to have to recut every one of them to fit to start with. And I'd rather do this with shorter stuff as with longer stuff. Okay, we're going to get started. Now, we've rough cut our pieces 5 7/8 to the short side of this miter. And what it's going to allow us to do, it's going to allow us to get it right around that post, just like so. And they're a little large, every one of them. So we have to square as we go. We have to use one of these as a guide. And so we're going to create that, but that's going to be up here, like so. You can see what I'm kind of getting at there. So it's going to take a little time, so we're going to go through this and cut each one. We'll put all these on. We'll come back and put our trimming under. Okay, we've installed all of our cap rail, and now I've cut all of our moldings, and you can see that profile there if you're looking at it close. And of course these will go with this cove mold, as I said earlier, down. So this is the result, is that look right there. That's what you're looking for. And it's going to kind of pull this post down. It's going to swing down, as you can see right there. It's going to swing that post, the top of it. It's going to bring it down some, kind of let it blend in. So now we're going to put on all of this molding underneath this cap rail, and then we'll caulk as we go, and we'll come back and we'll paint. Well, we've now got them all installed. We caulked them in, and we're going to wait for that. We're going to give that caulk a couple of hours to dry before we start painting. That's always important. And always be sure to use a good paintable exterior grade caulk so that it doesn't cause the paint to peel. You cannot use silicone on a paintable surface. So we've got them caulked out. We'll paint them in a couple of hours, give that caulk time to set up in this noonday sun. Later this evening we'll paint them all out. Okay, one coat of high quality outside acrylic latex. And that's just one coat on these. And you can see, we'll pull back, let you look at all these together at the same time. It's really nice. It's making a nice entryway for both drives here. And that's what you want whenever you're fencing and putting in gates. You want something that's going to really look nice. So I expect that these solar lights from these posts are going to make this entrance look terrific at night. Pretty good day. It's better than sitting at home. If you enjoyed any of this, if you're learning anything, subscribe. Like our channel.
Like.
That's right, like. And
Like.
share it with your friends. Share.
Share. All your friends.
Even on Facebook.
Yes. So, that'll make us happy, and we can afford meal for cornbread and fire for our stove. We appreciate you. We'll see you guys.